Today's topic is negative sentence and we are going to learn how can we convert an affirmative sentence to a negative sentence. So first, what is a negative sentence? Any sentence which will have words like no, never, not, any word with a negative meaning, anything that adds negation to the sentence is known as a negative sentence. So, see, there are certain rules to follow. The first rule is always will get converted to never. And second is the words that are used in the affirmative sentence, the significant words will be changed to its opposite word. What I mean to say is, see in the example given, first, I will always remember you. The meaning of the sentence says that the person would always remember the other person. So the meaning of the sentence can't be changed, but we have to make it negative. For that, see, look for the word always. So the always will get converted to never as per the rule. So we are going to write I will never. So this will get converted and we are going to use the opposite word of remember, which is forget. So it is that simple and no other changes will be made. So I will, that remains the same for both the sentence. You can see I will is same for both the sentence. You is same for both the sentence. Only always becomes never and opposite of remember is being used. So only these two changes are made. We'll take another example. See, affirmative is he is always present. So he is will be written as it is. Now see, we have got the word always. So always will get converted to never, and for the word present its opposite will be used, that is absent. So he is always present becomes he is never absent. Next rule, that is rule number 2. It says that if we have come across the word sometimes in an affirmative sentence, then it will get changed to not always. So this is our rule number 2. So see, let's understand with the help of an example. Affirmative, see, we have got the word he sometimes smokes. So sometimes. So sometimes will get changed with the word not always. So sometimes replace it with not always. And because there is he and there is no helping word used, so we can't write he not always. So we have to use a helping word over here. So we are using does as a helping word. So he does not always smoke. Over here there is no other word in the sentence which can be used in the opposite sense because it's not required. He sometimes smokes, which means he smokes sometimes, and it means that he doesn't smoke all the time. So he does not always smoke. Next example, affirmative is the rich are sometimes happy. So again, sometimes will get changed to not always, and the other part of the sentence remain as it is, which I'm marking with blue. See, the rich are. No, sometimes changes to not always, and happy remains as it is. Next rule is must. If we come across a word must, it will get changed to cannot but or cannot help. So in an example, see, he must buy. So we have got the word must. So must will get changed to cannot but. So and the rest part of the sentence remain as it is. We do not have to use any opposite word. So he must buy a grammar book becomes he cannot but buy a grammar book. You can also write he cannot help. Same thing. Either cannot help or cannot but. Any of the one you can use. Another example, we must love. Again we have got the word must love and one another. Here again, whenever these words are there, must. So we do not have to use any opposite. We don't have to change this love into hate or anything like that. Only simply must will get converted to cannot but. So replace the word must with cannot but in the sentence. That is, we cannot but love one another, which means that we have to by default love each other. So the meaning remains intact. Now we come to rule number 4. All. Whenever we see the word all, which is very commonly used, we have to use no. Like see in the sentence, in the example it's given, all men are mortal. So all, which means all men has to die one day. So over here, all will get changed to no. And again, mortal, the word mortal, its opposite is being used, that is immortal. By adding a prefix to the word mortal, it becomes an opposite. So these are the two changes. Another thing, that is men are, men are. See, all men, whenever we are writing men, so it is a plural form. See, whenever we are writing all men, and for, because it is men, that is plural, that is why for plural we are using are. But whenever we are writing oh, no, it means that no, none of them. So it's a singular term. So that is why we are using no man. And because it is man singular, that is why we are using is. So all men are mortal will become, because all gets changed to no, by default the men will get changed to man, and henceforth are will get converted to is, for making the sentence grammatically correct. So it will become no man is immortal. Again, next sentence, all must die. Again, we have come across the word all. So all will become no one. Because over here only all is written, which means every person, all of the man, all person. So that is why no one must die. In the sentence it is given must die. It means all must die. So no one can escape death. So there is no person who can stay safe forever. That is what it means. So no one can escape death. Rule number 5. For good or forever, these words get converted to never. So see in the example, I have sold the house forever, or for good, whatever. So this over here forever, we have to use anything like no, not to make it negative. So we are going to use never. And never can't be used at the end. I have sold the house never, that is grammatically wrong. Never is always placed after the be form of verb, that is will. So that is why I will never buy the house. Next sentence, he has left the village. Again, he has left the village forever. So forever get converted to never. So he has left the village will become he will never come to the village again. Which means he has left it forever. That means the person would never come again. Next, rule number 6. Every becomes no. See in the example, everybody is dependent. So every is there. So every will get replaced by no. So it becomes, everybody becomes nobody. So everybody is dependent. Now we use the opposite for dependent, that is independent. Similarly, example number 2, affirmative, we have got everyone. Again, every will get replaced by no. So everyone becomes no one. Loves flower. So again we are going to use the opposite of loves, that is hate. Next, rule number 7. A few will change to not many. A few means not many, very less. So that is why in the sentence see, I have bought a few. So a few books will become I have, not is added because of negative sentence, not bought, and for a few we have used the word many. So I have not bought many books. Have bought is there, so that is why here also have bought is there. Now next example, he ate a few apples. So a few, so it will get replaced by many, and we have to add the word not in it. So he did not eat many mangoes. Now the question arises is when to understand, how to understand when to use an opposite word and when not to. We have to make the necessary changes as per the rule, and then you will get accustomed to it, and also you will be able to understand it by checking whether the affirmative sentence and the negative sentence have the same meaning or not. So whenever you feel like to make the sentence mean the same, you need to use the opposite, then only you will use the opposite, otherwise you may not use the opposite, and make the sentence remain as it is.